Hello, in this video, I will be showing the rights management extensions for SolidWorks. To begin, let's start with what this is. The rights management extension for SolidWorks is a standard plugin that provides persistent data protection and advanced rights management features. Next, we will review what it does. It provides several new features in the SolidWorks application. The first feature is New Protection. You can directly protect normal documents in the application and view document information such as the classification and the permission applied to the protected documents. The second feature is Access Control. It allows the authorized user to open a protected document and view the decrypted content inside the application. The third feature is Usage Control. It controls whether or not to execute the commands such as save, save as, export, and print based on the permissions on the protected document. In addition, it prevents screen capture if permissions are not granted through anti-screen capture support. The fourth feature is Persistent Protection. It protects the new file automatically if it is generated from a protected document. For example, if you export a protected part file as a PDF file format, the PDF file is also protected with the same permissions applied. The last feature is the watermark overlay. This is a secure overlay that is shown over the window. It contains dynamic watermark text which is predefined in the policy. Now that we have covered the fundamentals, let's demo the features discussed. Before we start, let's review some settings for the demo environment. IP classification is a document classification category that is predefined in SkyDRM. It has two optional values, super secret and secret. There are two user accounts here, Jimmy Carter and Ming. We will use one of the user's attributes location in the policy later. 4 policies are predefined using the above classification and attribute. Next, let's move into the first use case, where I will demonstrate the protection of SolidWorks files. To start, I will log in to SkyDRM using user account Jimmy Carter. Now, I open a normal assembly file. With RMX installed, you can see there is a new ribbon tab called NextLabs RMX. Using the Protect with Reference command to protect this assembly with all reference files, I select the value to be secret for IP classification and all files will be protected. Now, we are able to review the permissions for all files on the file by clicking the View Info button in the ribbon. So, this is the permissions for the Freno Perilla file, the Perilla di Freno file, and the Perilla Broscara di Freno file. In doing this, we have confirmed all files are protected. Let me show you how to protect an assembly and its dependent parts with different permissions. This is a normal assembly file. Let's open this part file in a separate window and click the Protect button. This dialog is used to specify the classification applied to the protected file. These classifications are predefined in SkyDRM and are used to set up policies for authorization. Let's look at an example. If I select the value to be super secret for IP classification and click the Protect button to complete the process, you can see this is completed and the watermark text is immediately shown, indicating this part file is now protected. Let's repeat a similar process to protect assembly with secret classification. Now, we are able to review the permissions on the file by clicking the View Info button in the ribbon. This is the permissions for the Freno Perilla file and the Perilla di Freno file. I will go ahead and save as a copy and go back to the folder to validate that the permissions were carried over. Here, we can see the copied assembly is protected automatically through the .nxl extension. Now, let's view the permissions. And as you can see, it's the same as the source file. In the second use case, we will review access control and usage rights on SolidWorks files. To start, I will log in to Sky DRM using another user account Ming and open the protected assembly. This assembly contains unprotected and protected parts. The root file is protected with secret value IP classification, while the other protected parts are classified as super secret. Let's open this part file. This part won't load because Ming doesn't have view permissions. Next, I will try to edit and save this assembly. I am denied from performing these actions because Ming only have view permissions granted on this assembly. Similarly, clicking print commands will also be denied. If I try to screen capture using the snipping tool, I will be prevented from completing this as the capture image is black. The last use case covers Teamcenter Manage Mode. Let me show you how this works with Teamcenter. Similar to the previous use cases, in Teamcenter, I already protected an assembly dataset. This part has been protected with super secret value for IP classification. Let's try to open it in SolidWorks. The result will be the same as the unmanaged mode, and the protected part without view permissions granted cannot be opened in the session. Let's switch to user Jimmy Carter and open the assembly. I will click Save As back to Teamcenter. We can now see the Save As dialog. In this dialog, if I select a protected model to revise, I will be denied due to a lack of permission. Let's try to edit this part. As you can see, I don't have permission to edit or delete. Let's return to assembly and try to save. The same result will be seen for the save operation as well. However, Save As permissions are granted for protected files. I will now open the protected file and check for the Save As permission. To do this, I will click the View Info button for the protected file 000519. And as you can see, there is a Save As permission for the protected file. Let's view info for the protected file 000517 and we see that there's Save As permission. Now, let's go back to root assembly where I can continue to save as. Let's go back to Rich Application Client and check the newly generated dataset. Here, we can see the named references are automatically protected in the Teamcenter dataset with the same classification and permissions as the original protected file. This is seen by the .nxl extension for part file 000444 and part file 000442. With this, we conclude our demo on NextLabs Rights Management extension for SolidWorks. Thank you for watching.